back to Tom's Life. Today's Sunday special is lamb pie. The ingredients you need are 4 lamb breasts, 2 onions, 1 carrot, 2 mushrooms, dry oregano, thyme, gravy granules, ground black pepper and shortcrust pastry. First step we're going to do is to prep all the ingredients. I'm going to start off with my raw meat, my lamb. First step to do is to prep your lamb. You will have lamb pieces with a little bit of a bone, so you want to trim and get all that meat off. So I'm going to use my knife to cut all the way round. So you trim it all off. After when you've done it, you should have something like that. I'll show you again how I did that. So I first placed my knife closely to the bone, and you want to cut down so you keep all the meat, and you just take away the bone and you move it around, and you just want to trim it all off. You could, but you don't have to get lamb on a bone. You can get lamb already done for you if you go to a butcher and they will do it for you. And you should have nice all trimmed up like that. Once you have took all your bones out of your meat, you want to finally dice it. So you want to finally dice it into medium thick slices like that thick. Then you just place it in the bowl. So what I do is turn it that way, one-sided, and we're just cutting it in half. Not too small and not too big. So I'll show you how I did that again. So you just get your knife and you just want to slice it and slice all your meat up using your sharp knife, but always be careful you don't cut yourself. Once you have done that, you place it in the bowl with your other pieces of lamb. Before you start prepping all your vegetables, you want to clean your chopping board and knife, because you have had the raw lamb on it and it might have had a little bit of blood. So you always need to clean your chopping board and knife so you don't do cross-contamination and the blood on your vegetables. So after when you have done all that, you're going to start prepping your onion. I first chop off my ends using my sharp knife, but be careful you don't cut yourself. I like to flatten it so it's more easy to chop. Then I peel the other ends off. And then you want to peel the 2 layers of skin off your onion. You do the same with your other onion. And then you peel both layers of skin. After when you have peeled and chopped your ends off your onion, you want to slice them, not all the way down. Then you turn them around and then you want to finally dice them into little pieces. But always be careful with your fingers, you don't cut yourself. You do the same with your other half. I'll show you again how I did that. You first slice, then turn it around and finally diced it like that. Once you have got nice pieces of onion like that, you place it in your bowl and you do your other onion. Next step is to prep your mushrooms. You first want to slice them like that, then turn them around, and then you want to finally dice them into little pieces. But always be careful with your fingers. You should have nice little pieces like that. Then you place them in the bowl. And then you do your other mushroom. Next step is to prep your carrot. You first chop off your ends using your sharp knife. Be careful you don't cut yourself. And with your peeler, you want to peel all the skin off the carrot. After when you've done a few cuts, you turn it around and be careful you don't cut yourself on the sharp blade. So you keep moving it around, getting all that skin off. Then I turn it the other way to do the other half, and any little bits I've missed, keep moving it around. So you get all the skin off. Once you have peeled your carrot, you first chop it in half. Half again. And you want to finally dice it. Just like that. I'll show you again how I did that. First you chop it in half, bring it together. You should have nice little pieces like that, and you place it in the bowl with your mushrooms. Next step, I have placed some hot water in a measuring jug, and you want to add 2 spoonfuls of gravy granules to the water, and you want to give it a good stir with your fork so it all evaporates in and dissolves. You want to give it a good stir for a few minutes so it evaporates and it doesn't stick to the bottom. Next step is to switch on your hob. I'm switching on my hob to high. And you want to place your pan on your ring. Let that just heat up for a few minutes before you start frying your ingredients. While that is heating up, I'm going to heat up the oven using my bump-ons to tell me which one is the oven. And you want to set that to 180 degrees. I have set that to 180 degrees. Let that preheat while you wait to do all your cooking. First step is to fry your lamb for a few minutes. And you want to break it apart. So it goes nice and brown. Break it all up so it all cooks the same time, because it might be stuck together. Next step is to add in your onions to your pan, and you want to give them a good toss all the way around for a minute or two, so they give flavour, and you know when they are nearly cooked and brown, because you'll be able to smell the flavour from the onions. So just give them a little toss, and don't forget to get all the way around the sides. They will take a minute or two to start to get brown, and then you will be able to smell the flavour coming out of them. Next step is to add in your mushrooms and carrot. You don't need to add them, you add them nearly to the end, because mushrooms don't need much long to cook. And also, when you add in your gravy to the pan, and when you place it in the oven, your carrots will get nice and soft. So don't worry about adding them in this part of the way through. And you want to give them a good toss all the way around so they can give flavour. Today I'm making a lamb pie, but if you have seen on my YouTube channel, I made a chicken and chorizo pie, but the difference is today I'll be using a different meat, and also it will be a short crust topping, but you don't have to make a lamb pie. You can make a beef pie or a chicken pie. It's whatever you feel like making. It's up to you. And if you also want to make a chicken and chorizo pie, you can see the recipe on my YouTube channel, what is on there last time. Next step is to add in your gravy into your pan. And you want to stir all the way around. Get to the sides too if you've missed anything. And also on the bottom, if any little bits have stuck, you'll be able to bring them up, and they will also give flavour. Next step is adding some seasoning. You want to add a good pinch of thyme. And also a good pinch of ground oregano. To your pan. And you want to give that a good stir. This will give it some flavour. Now you want to add some ground black pepper. And you want to give that a good stir. And you'll be able to smell all the nice flavours of the seasoning and your meat and your gravy and your vegetables. Next step, you want to pour all your mixture into your dish. So you're pouring in all your mixture into your baking dish. And then once you have poured it all in a minute you're going to spread out nice and evenly. So you get a nice layer of all the mixture. Once you have poured it all in, you just give it a little shake. Or a little move, a little shake, so it's all now nice and layered out, so everything's got a nice bit of everything, of meat and vegetables and gravy. You put that to one side. Next step, you open up your shortcrust pastry. You should have it like this, nice and layered out, and you want to pick it up. You want to lay it on top of your pie. And you want to get a knife. And you just want to trim all the way round the sides. So you're just trimming it up. And then you just tuck it in. You do the same on this side. And finally, you want to place it in the oven to cook for 20 to 25 minutes. So your pastry, shortcrust pastry, is nice and brown on top. And you could see steam coming out. So I placed it in the oven on the top shelf in the middle. I'm closing my door, and you want to keep an eye on that. Hope you all enjoy making that. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. More videos coming soon.